Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of trend lines. This is standard 8.5D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 46 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got a scatter plot here, shows the number of hours that 12 people, so we got 12 different dots there, spent learning to type on a keyboard, and each person's average typing speed. So our numbers don't always go down to the origin here, and you see that there is a trend. It is kind of moving up. So based on the scatter plot, what is the best prediction of a person's average typing speed in words per minute if the person has spent 70 hours learning? So that's kind of interesting, because take a look. Number of hours learning, that's off the graph. So here's our 60. So if we were to go 70, it's probably going to be something like over here. So we're off the graph, but let's see what type of line we could find here. So we're going to use what we call a trend line. So we're going to take a look at our data. We're going to see if there's a pattern. Yes, there is a pattern. They're kind of bunched together, but you see it's got a definite rising slope, which makes sense. The more hours you spend learning something, the faster you're going to type. I do see that relationship there, and it does make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start right here at this point that's at about 2035. And I'm just going to see if I can draw a straight line. And it's going to go like in between these two right here. And I'm going to try to keep it in the middle of this data as much as possible. So there's another 2 I can split right there. Since these 3 are all alone, we can just kind of make those on the line themselves. And so it looks like something kind of similar to this. All right, so we're going to try to make a straight line. And then we're just going to kind of extend it. So maybe it's not, maybe I hooked it a little bit right there, so I'm just going to bring it back down. Just want to kind of stay straight. If you have a ruler, just get a ruler. Just put a flat edge, even the flat edge of your paper right there, and just make it straight, and just try to get in between as many of the dots as you can, or if they're not clustered on as many dots as you can. So looks like our basic person, right, can maybe, it's definitely not through the origin, can maybe do 0 hours of learning, get you 15 words per minute. So the highest that we actually have graphed right there is going to be this 50, 65. But let's see what each of these other ones, right? So if this is my 70, what is my guess? Maybe 83 or something like that. Hair under 85. We'll see. That's my guess right now, so I'm going to put 83. Let's look at our answer selections, just see. Obviously, we're even off the graph, but if you have that trend line visually, it's going to be very easy to see whether any of these are even correct or not. So 100. So I'm going to kind of use this as my 70 line right here. So I'm just going to try to put them in this straight line right there. So 100 is way up here. All right, so that definitely does not necessarily fall on our trend line. You'd have to, yeah, that you can't find a way to get that. If I bring it up there, it just doesn't hit. Just doesn't hit any of the other lines, any of the other dots. So that's not going to work for me. 55. Whoa. That's less than what they got at 50 hours learning. No. 85, okay, yeah, look at that. I got 83, so that 85 would be right there. And then 70. Yeah, 70 also kind of just doesn't really capture all of the data. So our guess of 83 was pretty darn close. The correct answer here is going to be H, 85 words per minute.